This is the only other thing is Balloon Trip. So I'll show you this. It's just a game where you just kind of fly around and try to get as many balloons as possible. Try to survive and not hit any of the electricity or whatever. Like I said, not the worst game. Far from being one of my favorite games. Oh, well, I got eaten by the fish. We'll give it one more go, and then I'll stop playing Balloon Fight. This is, I don't know. It's just kind of lame. Alright, well, that's fine. That's Balloon Fight. It's whatever. I mean, you know, it's whatever. I'm glad we got it. We can mark it off the lists. But, I think I'm gonna have to move some stuff around because I want to put all my furniture and stuff back inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but I will see you guys the next time. I will see you guys. I mean, officially, I don't think there's anything really going on until New Year's, but I don't know if something else happens. I don't know what else would happen, but something else could happen. Who knows? But that's Christmas. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me on Christmas Day. There's nothing else going on the actual day. This is technically just after midnight, so there's nothing else to like look forward to on the day itself. Okay, guys, quick update. I just wanted to bring up the fact that Blanca is just here again, despite the fact that I believe this was days ago we did the Blanca thing. But she came back. She's got the same face again. And that's it, really. I just thought it was weird. I didn't think she just comes back, but it was kind of a little bit of a jump scare seeing her again, unexpectedly. So, yeah, it's interesting. I'm just at the moment playing, Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day. We still have to record during the day, even though we kind of did the thing last night, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll get back to you in a few days, probably. Okay, I got another quick side note episode recording. They're currently selling a candelabra and I believe this is a Kwanzaa flag. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, this is a Kwanzaa flag. And they only just started selling these. These are now in place of the festive Christmas trees that used to be here. Now it's after Christmas, so they don't sell the trees anymore. But the funny thing is, like, playing, it's the 26th today. So playing yesterday on the 25th, it was just normal furniture items here. They weren't selling the Christmas trees. They were selling normal items, but now that it's the 26th, for some reason they've switched to the Hanukkah. I don't know if this is like a special occurrence. I guess it must be, right? They're like, okay, we sold the Christmas trees for most of the month, and now they're like, oh, let's throw these in here. Specialty sort of festivity flags that are festivity items that are not related to Christmas. Which, I'm wondering, I just have a lot of questions about these. Like, were they in the Japanese version of the game? Are they going to sell these the rest of the month? I don't know. This is just so interesting to me. Like, why are these... Like, it's cool. I mean, that's great that they put these in, but I'm like... First of all, I'm confused because the Hanukkah candelabra, this is well after Hanukkah. Hanukkah's like early, I believe, in the month of December. So like Hanukkah, it's not this is way out of season for Hanukkah. But then the Kwanzaa flag, I think technically this is perfectly in season, if I'm correct. I believe it does Kwanzaa does start today. I don't know. It's super interesting. But I guess, like, just quick side note, I guess if you're, Jewish or Oh gosh, I don't know who celebrates Kwanzaa. What do you call what do you call people that celebrate Kwanzaa exactly? Oh, well, according to Wikipedia, I should probably know this, and I don't know if it's offensive that I don't. I don't know much about Kwanzaa, honestly. Except that I've heard the name many times. It says it's celebrated annually by, it's an African American cultural holiday. So I guess it's an American African cultural. It's like, it says American. I guess it has something to do with a African American culture specifically, and not just like African culture. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know that much about Kwanzaa. Hanukkah, I feel like, I've seen a lot of movies related to Hanukkah. I know a little bit more about it. They get like a present every day. I don't know much about Kwanzaa, but I don't know. Interesting side note. They sell these starting on the 26th of December. You can buy these. I think I'm just gonna buy both of them, just because I don't know if they're ever gonna be on offer ever again. I wouldn't see why they would put them on offer on a random day of the year instead of just like right specifically now. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy these. By the way, they call it a festive candle, and the other one's called a festive flag. Yeah, I don't know. I just found that really interesting. So I'm bringing you back to mention something specific that I've completely not accounted for, but I have started to see snowballs. I've started to see snowballs, and that got me thinking, should I try to make a snowman? I'm like, yeah, I should probably make at least the one snowman, probably. And then I'm like, I'll look this up and see, like, what the snowman gives you. I'm like, I think it'll just give me, like, it'll either give me nothing or it'll give me, like, furniture or something. So I looked it up, and it turns out I wasn't even gonna make one today. But it turns out that the snowman, if you make it perfect, gives you a piece of furniture that is part of a series, a unique series of furniture called the Snowman series, of which there are like 10-ish items, which kind of upset me a little bit, because now I'm like, damn, I just did Christmas. And I'm like, oh, I get to kind of chill for a while and not have to do, worry about any big special items and stuff and events that I might miss. I don't have to worry about anything until New Year's. And now I've found this. And now I'm like, I should probably try to make a snowman every single day, probably. Because I should try to get all those furniture items because it's all unique and there's no other time of year that I can get it. There's Blanca again, I guess. Blanca's just around. There's a snowball. Alright, the thing is, I need to find at least a second snowball, and I have to make it perfect. This is gonna be so tricky. It says specifically in the guide that 2 to 3 snowballs should spawn per day, which is not much. It's 2 snowballs, and like obviously if I push it in the water or I push it off a cliff, the snowball will go away, and that'll be the only, I only get one chance really at about one chance per day. So I'm thinking to myself, this is probably going to be the hardest furniture set to get. Or if not the hardest, the most annoying to get. And so I'm debating, like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, the series I want to put as much effort into, like, that sort of thing, is specifically what the series is for, right? Is to just get... see all the unique things the game has to offer, and that's a very unique thing. And focus on those and try to do as much as I can in the game. But I am not sure that I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to, because I know how difficult it's going to be, and I know every single day trying to do this is going to suck. There's the second snowball. Okay. So I guess we'll try. The thing is, I have to get it perfect. So that's already a tall order in and of itself. And it also gets smaller on dirt, I believe. Yeah. I don't know what to say, man. I'm, like, not into this idea at all. Especially with the fact that I can barely see this. So this is already going to be hard because one's up above and the other one's down here. So I'm going to try my darndest. Okay, it's getting big enough that I can actually roll it with my hands. It's a good sign. Alright, I'm going to try to make it here. I think... let's make that there, because that's pretty close to where the other one is. I'm going to have to somehow roll this down the whole... down this, like, little cliff here and just hope it doesn't bust. Oh, God. Wish me luck, friends. Oh, I have to get it around this pond as well. I'm not doing that. I'm cutting down these trees. Okay, we're going to try to be careful and not push it off this cliff as best we can. Until we actually literally have to push it off the cliff. The things I do for this series, man, this is above and beyond, I'm gonna say. This is too much to ask of a person to try to do. See how this goes. Fuck. There's no way, man. How am I ever gonna push this down this cliff without it busting? I don't think it's possible. It's just the way my hill is. I don't think I can do it. I can do it on the other hill, but the problem is there's not that many spaces for the other snowball to be in that case. So I might, if it's over here, I might have to push it across a bridge or around this lake. I mean, honestly, it's probably not going to be up there. I think this might be just one of those things that's just gonna be almost impossible for me to do. And just for the sake of the series, you know, I'm gonna try my very best to do it at least once. The snowballs don't last all, you know, obviously they're not around all year. They're only around, it's during the winter. I think it said through to February, possibly. And then the snow goes away. But I'm uncertain about this one. I'm uncertain about how to even go about this. I'm definitely not going to record myself attempting to do it every single day, but I'm just going to try offline. And if I manage to make one, I'll show you guys. But I don't see myself... I'm going to keep trying as much as I can to get every furniture item. If I manage to make one, I'll still keep making them if I can. But this is a big undertaking on my plate, and I don't know how... I don't know if I can even make even one of these, let alone try to get this whole furniture set. So I'm not going to make any promises there, but I do want to at least mention it. Yeah, I hope nobody's too disappointed by that, but that's the situation, so Yeah, I'm sorry about this one. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna. I don't know. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is like, I don't want people to think I'm not gonna put in as much effort as I can to do this, because I will. But I don't know. Maybe I'm always gonna feel that maybe I could have tried a little harder. No matter how hard I try to do this, I'm always gonna be like, well, if I had just tried a little harder, maybe I could have achieved it. But I don't know. I'm getting in my own head about it. I'm just gonna leave it at that, I guess. So that's the situation. You're filled in on the situation. I'll let you know what happens with that. But we only have 4 more days until New Year's Eve, so it's not much time left until our next big recording session that we're gonna have to do. So yeah, I'll show you. I'll bring you back then. Okay, you guys missed the announcement because I forgot to start the recording a little earlier than I should have. I started to boot this up at 11 o'clock, and as soon as I come in, they're doing the announcement, and I'm like, crap, I haven't set up the recording stuff. So yeah, she just said the New Year's is about to start. So it's 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve. Okay. And there is one thing I have to do. I played during the day, but it is Saturday also. It just happens to be Saturday, so I have to get a KK song today. I mean, I don't have to, but I'm planning on getting a KK song today. It's the only other thing. I was gonna be like, oh, do I play 3 times today and start it up at 8 and then come back at 11? This is the thing, okay, about playing Animal Crossing is you gotta schedule everything correctly, and it's like I could have played it at 8, came back at 11, but I was like, no, he's around until midnight. It makes me a little uncomfortable, cause I'm like, what? I don't want to miss it, because if I miss it, that's there's nothing I can do. It's just that's it. I get one chance for everything. Anyways. Doesn't so much matter. But we're getting KK Folk today. But yeah, it's New Year's. It's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow in an hour it'll be New Year's Day. So that'll be it for 2022. Obviously, I have no idea when these episodes come out. I fell really far behind in terms of uploading this stuff. So I genuinely don't know at what points this episode in particular will come out. But this is 2023. It will be in an hour, which is the end of 2022. It's kind of I guess it was an okay year. I don't know. The biggest thing I think I did was my trip to Italy this year. Which was fine. I don't know if I ever talked about it. I went to Italy. Yeah, it was something my parents wanted to do. My parents really like going on trips. They really love traveling. I don't particularly like traveling. I'm not a big traveler. For one, I just don't like plane rides. I hate planes. And it's just, I've never really enjoyed... the more I do it, the more I realize that it's just because traveling... Usually when I travel with, my parents and my siblings and whatever. And it's just, I don't like the way they do vacations. Honestly. I think my mom likes to plan everything out, and she likes to have a thing to do every single day. Planned out, tours, and you gotta go do the big things. We gotta go to the Colosseum tour, and tour of, the Medici Palace or whatever. And it's we gotta do all these things. Everything is, scheduled, and a lot of it is scheduled just in the morning. you know? It's just like, it's too much. I don't know, it's too much.